Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I got a box from Sideshow. I'm super excited for this. I do know what it is. So we are going to be unboxing this today and having a look at it. Let's get started. There she is. Oh, look at her. So it is the Ahsoka Tano 1/7 scale. Escape from the clone. So this is at the end of season 7 when her and Rex are trying to escape. And this is the one that does have the matching Rex. He is not in yet, so I will update you guys once I have him. But today we are going to have a look at this statue. And I am very excited for it. So it is ArtFX. So the box is traditional ArtFX style. It looks beautiful. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up and pull her out. Alright, so right on the top here we have a little bit, we've got like 2 instructions for how to put things together. Let's see. There she is. Okay, so she is in multiple pieces. And then we have her lightsabers and base on the back here. Alright. Everything is wrapped in plastic. Very nice detailing. There is definitely some weathering going on, which is pretty cool. There is some nice movement going on with her skirt, so the pattern is actually like stretched out like it would be in real life. And same on the back, her armor plates have a little bit of movement sculpted in there, and then there is some weathering going on. So there's her legs. Nice boot armor. So yeah, everything has some nice weathering going on. She's lighter weight than I was expecting. Like, she almost feels like she's hollow and not like a full cast or anything. So there's her legs. And then her torso. Here's her torso. Again, got the movement going on with the paint job and how it would be stretched in real life with this movement, which is pretty cool. Very nicely done. There is some faint weathering going on the silver shoulder details. I can't tell if it's actually like meant to be weathering or if it's just like overspray going on the shoulders. See how they're kind of spotted like that? I can't tell if that's on purpose or accidental because it's also the same on the inside of the collar. So it very easily could have just been some overpaint I got on the silver detailing, making it look speckled. Which, if that's the case, that is kind of annoying because that means that it was carelessly painted. Which, based on the fact that it is also on the inside of the collar, I'm probably going to lean more towards there is a little bit of overpaint going on or overspray going on the shoulder details and not purposeful weathering there. But other than that, it is still very cleanly painted and very nicely done. You can see just how hollow it is for the key. That key goes very far up. So again, very lightweight. The weathering on her bottom half looks more intentional than just like overspray or anything like the top half. Alright, so let's see how well these fit together. Okay, they fit very nicely together. There is a little bit of gapping right here. It's hard to tell right here where the torso doesn't quite meet up against the belt, but it does fit nicely together still. Yeah, it's just, it looks like the torso. It looks like the torso is just sculpted so it doesn't quite butt up against the inside of the belt, so there is a little bit of room right there, but the pieces are flush together right here. They just don't quite meet up this way. So right off the bat, you can see just the muscles that are sculpted into this, and then they did some shadowing to define those muscles even more. It looks really good. Even her nails are painted. The little details on her lightsaber are painted. There we go. So you can see the shadowing and definition on her muscles right there, even on the bottom and up here in the armpit. The weathering and shading on her glove right there. Even her nails are painted, which I don't see very often. And then they do have the little details on her bracer right there. Pretty nice weathering going on. And then again, her lightsaber has all of those little details on it. So very, very well done. It looks absolutely beautiful. I really love the sculpt and the paint job on this. It's just so well done. Even her fingers have that like Clone Wars kind of squarish animation on them. So very nicely done. Fits in there very nicely. Went in there very nicely. Didn't feel like I had to force it too much. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, here's her other arm. It looks like this one doesn't have as heavy shading going on. You can kind of see, my camera's having issues with focusing today. You can kind of see that this arm doesn't have as heavy shadowing going on, it looks like to me. Very faint though, like they are pretty similar. Everything else looks really good. Again, her nails are painted. We have all of that fine detailing on the lightsaber as well. The little details on her bracer there, some weathering and scratching going on. Again, her fingers have that squarish sculpt that we see in the Clone Wars animation. Very beautiful. Alright, so this arm doesn't seem like it is quite as perfect of a fit. Kind of feel like I need to wiggle it in a little bit. But, okay, there we go. There we go. So there's her arms. Again, you can kind of see the camera's actually showing it pretty well, how this shoulder has more shading going on than this one does. but again, very beautiful. The paint job is fairly consistent. Alright, so there's that. Let's go ahead and pull out her head. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's so beautiful. So, I am going to be a little nitpicky. Her Leicu, the white part of her Leicu is very heavily weathered and dirtied, which my personal opinion, I don't really care for that. I wish that the whites of her Leicu were a bit more white and a bit cleaner, just because I see a lot of it being grayed or dirtied, and it's supposed to be a bit more on the whiter side. It does, looking at this, I would honestly have to say that the weathering of her head does not really appear consistent, because you can see she's got all of this dirt and weathering going on her Leicu and everything. And it's really just on the white part. Like, the blue parts don't appear to have basically any weathering or shading on them. Her crown doesn't have any weathering or scratches or highlights or shading on it or anything, which is not consistent with the rest of her armor pieces. So I don't really like or appreciate that the head sculpt, the painting on the head isn't exactly consistent with the head itself and with the rest of the body. I wish that the crown had just any weathering or shading on it, and then again the Leicu had less. But paint job aside, this is a very, very beautiful sculpt. It is so well done. It looks like the Clone Wars style. She's got the square jawline and everything. Her nose has those defined ridges on the side. Like, it's the very Clone Wars animation style. Her eyes are beautiful. They do have a gloss to them. I love her facial markings. And it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but the facial markings do actually have a gray outline to them. Her facial markings do actually have a bit of a gray outline to them, which is interesting, but it kind of makes them almost appear a little less harsh, which is kind of cool. She's got a little bit of a smirk going on. And then again, she does have shading on her face. That's some nice eyeliner. So this sculpt itself is just beautiful. I love the movement in the Leicu and the fact that it actually looks like the Leicu are in motion and everything. I just wish the paint job was either a bit cleaner or a bit more consistent overall. But again, that is more of a personal preference than anything actually wrong with it. I am seeing a little bit of kind of overpaint, or kind of a little bit of not painting inside the lines on this, but it's all pretty minor. All right, let's go ahead and put her head on. Here we go. Just look at how well that all fits together. Like, I love the movement of this sculpt. It is just so beautiful. Alright, and then her back Leicu. Again, just look at the movement just sculpted in this. It is so beautiful. Again, same complaint with the paint job. They did a lot of shading and weathering and kind of dirtying up the white parts, but did absolutely nothing to the blue. so the white has this very nice texture and different variation going on, and then the blue's just solid. Like there's absolutely no shading or anything whatsoever to the blue, which is annoying because obviously they did stuff to the white and didn't do anything to the blue. Okay, so it's not a perfect fit. It does kind of stand a little, they're not quite flush. The back like it is raised a little bit. So it's not a perfect fit, but it's pretty close. So now let's put her head back on. There we go. Just look at how well that back like sits on her shoulder. It is like perfectly sculpted to sit on her shoulder and back and kind of curve around it. Oh, it's so beautiful. So here she is. So here is Ahsoka, all put together except for her blades. Just absolutely beautiful. I love the movement sculpted in and the fact that they actually took the time to kind of sculpt that into all the little details and include in the paint job and everything, the movement that she is in, and just, oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I think my biggest complaint right now is just the paint job on her head, which again is partially my own personal preference, but also partially like her crown isn't consistently weathered with the rest of her armor. It's not even the same color. Her crown is a bit more blue than the rest of her armor. So these are kind of little nitpicky things. Like she still is absolutely beautiful. Her sculpt is beautiful. Her paint job is really well done. I just wish that the crown was more consistent with the rest of her armor. But other than that, she is just absolutely gorgeous. Like they even have the little like heel seam sculpted in and everything. She's so beautiful. All right, let's put her lightsaber blades in and then have a look at the stand with a little bit of a bullet point on the end. So let's stick these in. That one went in very nicely. Didn't feel like I had to force it or I was gonna break it or anything. So they go in very nicely. Don't feel like I'm gonna break them or they're gonna, I don't feel like I had to force them or like they were just gonna not stay in and fall out. So here she is with her lightsabers. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so we're gonna set her aside and have a look at the stand. All right, so a very big base. It is only half the circle because Rex is the other side, and it is the floor when she cuts through it. So we've got the nice lightsaber burning, like melted metal going on there. Again, it's lighter than I was expecting. It is just plastic, but it almost does feel like it's hollow. Like it's not a full cast or anything, and it was just pieces that they put together. But it is very big. It's pretty solid, has a little bit of wiggle going on to it, but it is still very nicely done. The floor does have some weathering going on right here. These solid dark parts are the actual material this is made out of and not painted, so the weathering doesn't fully go onto these pieces right here. I can hi, can you give me like 5 more minutes? Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Okay. So I can see if I shine the light right that there is weathering on these pieces, but my guess is it's just the weathering from this just kind of overpainted on. So wish that they had done some weathering on these pieces instead of just leaving them, but whatever. All right, let's pop her on and see how she looks. So she does have 2 keys on her feet that just pop right in. There she is. Oh, she's beautiful. All right, so here she is all put together. She is just absolutely gorgeous. I am so happy with her. Just look at that. All right, bear with me because I still have not found my turntable, so we're just gonna do the best we can. So here she is, all set up and just absolutely beautiful. I am so happy that I got her and picked her up. She is so beautiful. The sculpt is so well done. I absolutely love the movement that they were able to capture with her dress and her leku and everything. And I love that the details also help capture that movement. She is just so beautiful and well done. And I would definitely recommend picking her up if you're interested. And again, she does have a matching Rex that goes with her. Rex is currently still on pre-order. He is not out yet, but she is, and she is just beautiful. And I absolutely love her. I hope you guys found this video enjoyable and entertaining. I hope you also found it helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!